I'm Alan Angels. I'm the front man of Prestige Wrestling, soon to be the front man of the X Division, okay? You know what that means? That means sooner or later, I'm going to have both of these belts that both of these men have, okay? So I need you to understand that, Jordan Castle, before you slander the name of Alan Angels one more time. I swear to God, you are getting on my last nerves already.
No one asked you to come out here, Angels, but nevertheless, the Motor City Machine Guns.
I was booked, Jordan Castle. I was booked.
The bell sounds.
I'm getting double pay tonight for this. I don't know if you know that.
That's a shame.
Double pay.
The Motor City Machine Guns, for all intents and purposes, one of the most legendary tag teams of all time. Defined a generation.
How much are we going to hype these two old men? I watched these guys when I was a kid, when I was a child.
They're better than ever. They've aged like fine wine.
They did age like fine wine, whatever that means. But I'll tell you what, they're at the top of their game. But look at that guy in the ring right there. Judas Icarus, a man that screams intensity. He screams agileness. What's the word I'm looking for?
Agility.
Agility. He screams agility. Look at that man. He doesn't even wrestle with shoes on. A thing that I happen to do halfway beating Tom Lawler just now, but that's not what we're talking about.
Because you guys are partners, teammates now, shoulders down here. Head scissors from Saban.
We have an agreement. They help me, I help them.
Well, listen,
I don't know if you noticed, I don't know if you saw in the Fatal 4-Way in LA, Travis Williams, he stepped aside so that I could pick up the pin.
Yeah, was this a calculated effort? Did you plan this with Travis Williams? Did you know this ahead of time?
No, we don't even know each other. I don't even follow this guy on Twitter yet. We just have this agreement. It's an eye-to-eye thing. I've yet to even speak a single word to either of these gentlemen. We just have this mutual agreement because it's our time.
Well, you say that Judas Icarus and Travis Williams have an issue with the Motor City Machine Guns, these quote-unquote old men,
right,
as you put them, and that was put to the test back at Roseland 6. It was supposed to be Alex Shelley versus Chris Sabin for the Prestige Wrestling World Championship in our opening contest. Sinner and Saint coming down to ringside and saying that they own this territory, and Prestige Wrestling is the only company that hasn't recognized that. They took Alex Shelley out of action. Icarus challenging Sabin to an impromptu matchup.
Do you know what that shows me? That shows initiative. That shows that these two boys, they want it. They want it more than anything. They want their flowers, all right? I want my flowers too. I think that's something that we all have in common. We're not gonna wait around until we're all dead for everybody to tell us how good we are. No, we're gonna get everybody to tell us that right now. And that's exactly what's happening right now.
Angels, you say they want their flowers, but Icarus wasn't able to defeat Chris Sabin without the assistance from Travis Williams.
Okay,
he needed that leverage.
But what happened? Whose shoulders were counted to the mat?
Well, right now, Icarus' shoulders down off that crossbody, but only at 2.
Whose shoulders were counted to the mat at a count of 3 at Roseland, at the last Roseland? You know who that was?
It was Judas Icarus.
It was not Judas Icarus. Judas Icarus
pinned
Chris Sabin
successful at
one-on-one.
Needed the back of Chris Sabin.
And that's that agility I was talking about right there, Jordan Castle. Look at Judas Icarus.
Double underhook here. A very impressive athlete. No doubt you are a very impressive athlete, Alan Angels. If you watch back your match with Filthy Tom Lawler, I sang your praise in between those ropes. As Chris Sabin not singing any praises for Judas Icarus. It's what makes it so frustrating for Williams. It's what makes it so frustrating.
The intensity on these 4 men faces. We have a little standoff right here, Jordan.
This is all-out war between the Guns and Sinner and Saint. The referee having to maintain some control here between these two teams. They flat out do not like each other.
One in, one out. See Alex Shelley right there not listening to the referee's rules. Look who's cheating now, Jordan Castle.
Those in glass houses, Alan. Of course, the Motor City Machine Guns have held tag team gold in Impact Wrestling, Ring of Honor, New Japan Pro Wrestling, both the IWGP Junior Heavyweight Tag titles and the New Japan Strong Openweight Tag titles, and are undefeated here in Prestige Wrestling as Sabin makes the tag to the Prestige Wrestling World Champion, Alex Shelley. Now, Angels, you've been in the ring.
He's looking right at me. Why is he looking at me, Jordan? Why?
He clearly has some issue with you being here at commentary.
I haven't done a single thing. I'm not here to fight. I'm here to observe. The Prestige Wrestling Champion and the X Division Champion.
So is it fair to say that you have your sights set on the Prestige Wrestling World Championship once again?
Of course. If you're in Prestige Wrestling, I think you have to have your eyes set on the prize, as they say. You need to be looking at who is the top guy. And right now, I'm the uncrowned top guy. But Alex Shelley is the actual top guy, and he has that belt. And of course, that's what I want, Jordan Castle. What a stupid question. What a stupid guy you are.
Prestige Wrestling champion for nearly 600 days is Alex Shelley.
Ridiculous.
And tonight getting worked over by Travis Williams,
That
the
headlock.
professional.
Oh, that's how you know that's a tight headlock right there. Normally you see them bounce off the ropes and push him to the other side. That time, Travis Williams was able to maintain the hold on Alex Shelley's head. Isn't that impressive, Jordan Castle? Why aren't you singing the praises of a guy like Travis Williams?
Travis Williams, incredibly technically proficient. Last time we were here in the Cleaver Armory for the Cascadia Wrestling Cup, picking up a victory over Amira in the opening round. Shoulder block there from Shelley, but Shelley answers with one of his own.
And you know, that's okay. Alex Shelley, he's got the size advantage, but I don't think he has quite the technical prowess of a guy like Travis Williams.
Alex Shelley, a veteran of 2 decades.
Correct.
One of
Jordan
the
Castle.
greatest technical wrestlers of all time, doesn't have the prowess of an Alan Angels.
Never heard of him. Who's he ever beaten?
Alan Angels.
I stand corrected. But listen, here comes Travis Williams. Look at that counter. Oh, wow. See, now that's savvy. Savvy. Another trait of these two guys. I love these guys. They're great.
Judas Icarus with a kick to the back now, grabbing at the legs of Alex Shelley and a DDT from Williams. Saban doing everything he can to interject, but the official's back is
Saban
turned.
getting in the ring illegally. Who does he think he is? What is he doing?
Travis Williams and Icarus now with a double team on Alex Shelley, taking him down to his knees, just stomping at the fingers of Shelley.
Wow.
Systematically dissecting the Prestige Wrestling World Champion. Cover here from Icarus, only a 2. And Alan Angels fans, if you can't see or hear at home, he's standing up in his seat, he's applauding these men on. Again, I ask you, what is the name? You say you haven't talked, and yet you said they've made it clear that they are not your teammates. What's going on?
Me and Travis Williams in LA, we made eye contact, and that told me everything I need to know about Travis Williams and about his tag team partner, the man that he holds closest in this industry, Judas Icarus.
Chris Saban here into save Shelley. Big boot to the face of Williams.
That might have been the most illegal thing I've ever seen in a tag team match, ever.
And Shelley just making it look too easy here.
Okay, all right. And see, this is what I'm talking about. These old guys stealing old tricks from old wrestlers, telling Judas Icarus to suck it. That is disgusting. Why would you ever do that? This is a professional wrestling match.
Well, Alex Shelley looking for the count of 10, perhaps. And cutting Judas Icarus off at the pass with a double axe handle. You know, you talk about stealing from old wrestlers. You created that new finishing move, the Angel's Wings.
The Angel's Wings, that is my move. It is named after me, Jordan Castle.
Well, right now, Alex Shelley with the Irish whip to Travis Williams reversed, but Saban in to save his tag team partner, and Shelley returns in kind with a clothesline. Now, Angels, you got to give these men their due. You may not like them personally, you can call them old all you want, but you've been in the ring with both of them. They are 2 of the greatest of all time,
right,
individually and as a tag team, as that championship gold shows.
Well,
if you're Travis Williams, if you're Judas Icarus, what do you have to do to neutralize the machine guns?
You know, and one of the advantages that the machine guns do have over Judas Icarus and Travis Williams is that they are a good tag team. They've been tagging much longer than Judas Icarus and Travis Williams.
Are you saying Sinner and Saint are not a good tag team?
I'm saying they're a great tag team, but they have the advantage as well as just being a tag team. They know what they're doing. They've been tagging for years, ever since I was a kid.
Well, great tag team or not, something tells me they are in a whole lot of pain. I don't care if you've been a professional wrestler for 2 decades like the Machine Guns, or if you've never wrestled for a day in your life. You know that these men are in agony right about now.
I hate these guys. These are probably 2 of the most arrogant guys that I know in professional wrestling. In the ring and backstage. They're just assholes backstage. Did you know that?
First off, language.
Sorry.
And I have to disagree.
We're in an armory. I apologize.
The Motor City Machine Guns are some of the most welcoming athletes I've ever encountered. Always looking to give back. Always looking to lend a helping hand. A far cry from Icarus and Williams.
Neither of these guys have ever once pulled me aside and told me what I was doing right, what I was doing wrong, inside and outside of the ring. You know what a vet does? A good veteran of the wrestling ring does? He takes the young guys and he puts them under his wing, if you will. 2 things that these guys do not do.
Travis Williams mouthing off to Saban and Shelley in firm control here.
As he should.
You don't think he should maybe be focusing on offense, maybe trying to wrestle Chris Saban?
Well, where was that talk when they were doing their trash talking the Machine Guns? They're quite the trash talkers themselves, if you haven't noticed.
Judas
Look at that.
Icarus
Look
with
at
a
that.
kick to the gut of Chris
Savvy,
Sabin here.
savvy, intelligence, intensity, all three things that this man Judas Icarus has.
Of course, Sinner and Saint head-to-head with the Righteous on a recent episode of AEW Collision. You gotta hope that the feet, the ankles of Judas Icarus are 100% after that. We saw the post-match attack, but from behind, Alex Shelley into the sleeper hold. Vintage Motor City.
That right there is called a blind tag, a cheap way to get over on your opponents.
Well, nothing cheap about this combination offense. Such fluidity between the Motor City machine guns. And I gotta say, Alan Angels, calling your boys, calling your teammates, calling whatever you will, they are looking in a world of hurt right now against Shelley and Sabin. Alex Shelley, Irish whipping Judas Icarus into the opposite corner.
There we go,
Travis
boys.
Williams up and over.
Oh,
Very impressive fluidity from Sinner and Saint now, but Alex Shelley having an answer, staying on top of it.
amazing.
And Seguri,
Amazing.
drop
Amazing.
kick combination and
Okay,
Sabin in
for Sabin
illegally.
in the ring, illegally, again. This is the third time in the match he's been in the ring illegally.
Referee Buddy Ruth has to maintain control. Leapfrog from Williams. Sabin sent to the outside. And they tope suicida.
That right there is vintage Travis Williams. Oh my goodness. Look at these two guys. Incredible athletes. They got these fans on their feet right now.
Icarus not flying
As they
too
should
close
be.
to the sun on that exchange. Listen, Alan, much like yourself, I'll say the very same thing about Sinner and Saint. These guys are incredible professional wrestlers. They're a reason that, as they alluded to, they have ruled the roost here in this territory, here in the Pacific Northwest. It's that attitude. Why can't the wrestling stand on its own? Why do they need to brag and boast as they do?
Because why wouldn't they? They're two of the most impressive young athletes,
Cover.
not only in the Northwest, but in independent wrestling as a whole. These two guys are going to be on the map in about the next year, I would say. They're going to be one of the most talked about tag teams, the most talked about singles guy in independent wrestling, these two.
Icarus tagging Williams in here. Just double teaming Alex Shelley. Irish whip against the ropes. Drop toe hold from Williams. And Icarus rolling through. Cover from the professional. Only a 2. And you can see Chris Sabin reaching for that tag. He knows that Alex Shelley needs the reprieve. He knows, as the freshest man in this thing, he needs to make it back in there. But there is a country between Sabin and Shelley.
And look at that, Travis Williams taking his time. You know he doesn't need to rush right now. There's no need to be on the move right now. He's going to take his time with Alex Shelley. He's in control. He's not going to make a mistake right now. That's one thing that these two men will never do, is that make a mistake.
Well, some would argue that aligning with you would be making a mistake, but that's neither
We
here
are
nor
not
there.
aligned. We have an agreement.
And what is the agreement?
Eye to eye, we know what it is. Me and Travis Williams, me and Judas Icarus, we know, and we're the only ones that need to know right now, okay?
This is precarious timing for Alex Shelley, fingertips away from Chris Sabin, but Travis Williams doing everything he can to grasp at that leg, to keep the Prestige Wrestling World Champion away from his partner, and in comes Icarus. Judas Icarus, chirping chop to the chest.
Again, taking his time, methodical, intensity, all traits that these men have.
Oh,
Look
come
at that.
on, a
Look
cheap
at that.
shot.
Amazing, amazing, amazing.
You got to think there's some leftover bad blood between Alex Shelley and Judas Icarus. We know how much Roseland means to Alex Shelley. He was robbed of an opportunity to defend his Prestige Wrestling World Championship at
So
Roseland.
they could wrestle each other and show the world how great wrestlers they are, and then show some sportsmanship. Is that what they wanted to do?
I think so. Yeah, you say that like it's a bad thing.
It is a bad thing, okay? Professional wrestling is not about sportsmanship. It's about who's the best. And if you think that these guys were going to go 100% at each other and not beat the ever-living dog, you know what I'm saying, out of each other, then you're wrong.
Well, you talk about being the best. The Motor City Machine Guns absolutely in the conversation for one of the best tag teams in professional wrestling today. Dare I say, of all time.
In the conversation, but you know who's also in that conversation?
Who?
Sinner and Saint, baby.
Right, well-
in my eyes, Jordan, it doesn't matter what you think. I know you're biased.
Chris Sabin Shades of his matchup against Judas Icarus back at Roseland 6. Again, he was screwed out of that chance, not just to face his friend on a stage like Roseland, but a shot at that Prestige Wrestling World Championship.
And screwed, you know, that's a word that's used very loosely in professional wrestling. Who screwed who? It doesn't matter who screws who. What matters at the end of the day is whose shoulders were on the mat for a count of 3. And on that night, it was Chris Sabin.
Chris Sabin and Alex Shelley sending Icarus against the ropes. Combination offense from the Motor City Machine Guns. Of course, Chris Sabin, with very impressive singles outing against the likes of Speedball Mike Bailey, came very close to defeating Judas Icarus back at Roseland 6. But again, the intervention from Travis Williams, distracting the referee, using that hand for leverage. But now Icarus is paying for, dare I say, his sins.
You know,
I
I honestly cannot believe that these fans are cheering these two guys on right now. I mean, look at the smugness on their face. They're just arrogant. They're just assholes, if you will. These two guys do not need to be cheered by these idiot fans right now.
You know, it's funny you use that word, that a-hole word. They often chant that at you, but
is that what they're saying?
yes,
That's what they're saying. Wow, I honestly, I had no idea. You could have fooled me. I thought they were chanting Allen Angels.
you see Chris Sabin with the wrist control on Judas Icarus, wrenching at the fingers. Absolutely not where you want to be if you're Icarus.
Now this ought to be illegal. The joint manipulation, the fingers,
Shoulders
that's gotta be
down.
illegal.
Only a 2. It's perfectly legal. It's in the center of the ring. I mean, there's no gear being grabbed. There's no leverage like Travis Williams gave to Icarus back at Roseland 6. Sabin is simply making Judas Icarus pay for robbing him of that Prestige Wrestling World Championship match as he tags in Prestige Wrestling World Champion. Drop toe hold. Sabin taking Travis Williams
And
down.
how many times is Chris Sabin going to do that? Also, he's been in the ring far too long. Buddy needs to get him out.
I think we're looking for a Romero special. I think the Motor City Machine Guns looking to go surfing in Portland. Surfboard Bulldog combination. Into the cover goes Shelley. But only a 2. And Angels, you seem to know these men somewhat well, of course referring to Icarus and Williams. What do they have to do to bounce back? For the last several minutes, this has been all Motor City.
Yeah, you know, and I've been watching these guys quite a bit. They are two of the most impressive athletes on the independent wrestling scene right now. And if there's one thing I've learned from watching their matches is that they always strive to do better. They always come back. These two are two of the most, they have the most energy, they have the most intensity of anybody that I've ever seen on the independent scene. And you think that these two are going to give up against two old men like the Motor City Machine Guns, that they can't out-endure two guys like the Motor City Machine Guns?
Talk about endurance.
Look at
Judas
that.
Icarus' endurance paying off,
The
escaping the hold.
explosiveness this late in the match is something that is really impressive.
Well, it was back at Roseland 6 when Judas Icarus interrupted the pre-match comments from Alex Shelley. He read him the riot act, and Alex Shelley saying, "Excuse me, who are you?" Sheer disrespect from the champion to Icarus. You gotta think Sinner and Saint not forgetting that anytime soon as Icarus levels Shelley with an enziguri kick, goes for the waistlock, maybe thinking German suplex here. But look at the vertical base of Alex Shelley doing everything he can to stay on his feet.
And he better do everything he can. In that fatal four-way that me and Travis Williams were in, he delivered a nasty German suplex, bridging out of it. So he better avoid that German suplex at all costs.
And Seguri
here
kick
it comes.
lands once again going for the German suplex, but Shelley back in his feet, perhaps thinking one of his own, but Williams backs him into the corner. Big forearm here. Directed traffic is Travis Williams. Another huge forearm shot. Travis Williams maybe looking to go around the world here, Angels.
Calling for one more. He knows he's got to do more to put these men down.
Locked and loaded to the Motor City Machine Gun, but took a second too long. Nobody home.
That was a nasty spill, Jordan. I didn't like that one bit. I gotta tell you, I'm getting a little antsy over here, Jordan. I don't really know if I like exactly what I'm seeing. Oh, look at that. What an idiot.
Travis Williams tagging in Judas Icarus, but Alex Shelley on an island unto himself. No Chris Sabin there to tag, but the Prestige Wrestling World Champion has not held that title for 600 days without maintaining a sense of resilience here, and you're seeing it on full display. And you see Chris Sabin reaching for the tag. I'm not sure Shelley even realized it until now.
Chris Sabin, a guy I wrestled just a few weeks ago. He does have those strikes. He does have that speed. Everything that you look for in a professional wrestler, but Judas Icarus has just much more of that.
And Chris Sabin learned that the hard way back at Roseland 6. Repeated chops from Judas Icarus, but Sabin catches him with a boot. Went for the axe handle, but Judas Icarus has it scouted. Big punt kick. Leg hooked. Only a
I
two.
gotta tell you, Jordan, I thought that was it. That boot was right under the jaw, right in that button we call it. I thought he was knocked out.
Well, Judas Icarus apparently thought he was knocked out too, but has to remain focused here. Maybe thinking lighthouse lariat, but Chris Sabin saw it coming here. Oh, catches him maybe thinking inverted DDT. Big kick there from Chris Sabin.
Tell you what, I ate one of those a few weeks ago. Those are no joke, but Judas Icarus is still on his feet.
This is when you lost the X Division title match.
Shut your mouth, Jordan.
Cover
I
here.
swear to God.
Broken up by Travis Williams. And Alex Shelley back in. Evening the score is Shelley, setting the professional outside the ring. You faced the Motor City Machine Guns in singles action, Allen Angels. But you have never faced them as a tag team. They are a well-oiled machine, and Judas Icarus learning that the hard way here.
Jeez. Come on, Ick.
Dirty bomb! This has got to be all she wrote.
No!
Hold on. Was that it?
Was it? That was a 2.
The bell rang.
That was a 2.
The bell rang, but referee Buddy
That
saying
was
it
a
was
2.
a 2 count.
That was a 2. That was a 2. You idiot. You idiot. Don't you ever do that again.
The timekeeper a little trigger happy. You can hardly blame him. The dirt bomb is a move that has won the Motor City Machine Guns tag team gold countless times over. And now look at a double tap, Angels.
You ain't gonna put Travis Williams and Judas Icarus away that easy. Not on this day.
And Seguri punt kick combination, maybe thinking skull and bones, but a meeting of the mind between the Motor City Machine Guns. As I believe Travis Williams made the blind tag, I don't think Sabin realizes it. Knee to the back of Shelley. And a waist lock there from Travis Williams catches Sabin, but Sabin lands on his feet. Kick to the face of Icarus. Sends Travis Williams down. Jawbreaker there from Judas Icarus.
Oh!
Deadlift German into the bridge.
Are you
Broken
kidding
up
me?
by Shelley.
Are you serious? Jordan, I will not have this any longer. I hate this. What do these guys think they're...
Allen Angels, he's put down his headset. He's heading towards ringside. I'm not sure what to make of this. Cody Von Whistler, I'm so sorry about how all this has turned out, but Allen Angels, we're going to get a closer view of the action, and Travis Williams has the World Championship in hand. Come on.
I guess I got to take a little break as Allen Angels was doing my job, but now it looks like he's looking to get involved in this matchup.
Almost caught Sabin upside the skull with his own X Division title. Almost did the same to his own confidant, his new bro, his new boy in Judas Icarus. Tilt-a-World DDT from Chris Sabin. Travis Williams double teaming the Machine Guns here.
Into the ropes goes the professional. Down with a Manhattan drop. Drop kicks the leg out from under him, and Travis no longer has a face.
The Motor City Machine Guns are timeless. Great then, greater now, and Portland has become unglued.
This could be all she wrote for Icky.
Dirty bomb once again. The Motor City Machine Guns win the day.